Welcome to part 2 of Should I Outsource or Should I Employ? So this vlog started off last week talking about the classic dilemma of pretty much every growing business. When you reach that point where you have no more capacity, you know you need to get some help and support, but you're just not sure what direction to go in or where to source that support from. And I was talking about the advantages and disadvantages of outsourcing, so using freelancers and contractors versus using somebody who you actually hire, where you bring in an employee who is employed by your business. So last week I focused primarily on the advantages of outsourcing. This week, funnily enough, I'm going to talk about the advantages of employing. So why would you choose to employ somebody when you've got all those tricky things like holiday pay and employment contracts, and you have got that level of responsibility? You've got to manage a person. Why would you choose to do that rather than just keep outsourcing and go for that simple option? Well, here are some of the classic reasons, including the reasons why I took the decision myself to reduce my outsourced support and to employ in-house. And the first reason is value. So to make this as simple as possible, if I explain to you my situation, I pay around 20% more for my employee than I used to pay for the VA support I had at that point. But what I get from my employee is 48 hours of work per month compared to 20 hours from a VA. So I am more than double in terms of how much time and support I have got available to me in my business. So in terms of value, employing somebody is a really good option. Yes, you have to pay them holiday pay, but I did a quick calculation for the purposes of this video, and I worked out that I paid my employee around 6 hours of holiday time per month. So even if you look at the big picture, they work 48 hours per month, 6 of that classes as holiday, so call it 42, but I'm still getting 42 hours compared to 20 hours previously, and it's only costing me 20% more. So value, it's fantastic. I think one of the other key things is you're always likely to find that an employee is more invested in your business because your business is their sole customer, as it were. They are their employer, so they are part of the team, they're part of the business. Now, I've worked with some fabulous VAs that were very invested in me and in my business, but they were always running their own business, so naturally their business comes first. And you're always one of a number of clients when you work with outsourced support. Versus employing somebody in-house, you are the sole customer, you're their sole focus, and you are the most important thing, you and your business, in terms of their time, their effort, and their focus. You're absolutely number one compared to being one of many if you outsource. You might also find that that means that that person can become something of a sort of confidant, a sounding board, an ideas person. They may well contribute to business ideas and business plans. So you might just get something that little bit different and a little bit deeper than you potentially get from outsourced support as well. One of the other crucial things, and this was a key part in my decision, is that when you're growing a business, there's always something more that you want to learn, or there's something more, another skill that you wish you could add to the business. Now, if you're working with outsourced support and you want that person to train in something, then that training is going to be very expensive, but also the value of that training would be lost to you if you stopped working with that contractor straight away. But also because they're running their own business, you're essentially paying them to train in something which then becomes an asset for their business and which they can then use to the benefit of a multitude of their other clients. So it generally doesn't make sense to pay outsourced support to train in something, whereas paying an employee to train in something makes perfect sense because you're building that knowledge into the business and you're investing in the business as well as into the employee. Excuse me. And one of the other absolutely fantastic benefits, and I think it's something that I didn't quite appreciate until I did it, is when you actually create a job, you get the most amazing satisfaction from knowing that you have created a job, you've created employment for somebody, you've created a situation where your business is paying someone's salary, paying their mortgage, paying their expenses, allowing them to live the life that they want to live. You're really having an impact there. And I think that's a fantastic buzz for every business owner. And one little thing as well is you might also feel that having employees makes you look and feel that little bit more professional. You may feel that some of your customers or potential customers will look at the business, and if they see that you have employees, they may deem you to be a bigger or a better business. You might just also find yourself that you feel more professional, you feel more like a proper business, a developed business. And it's interesting what that can do psychologically to give you that boost. So for me, there are loads of advantages to employing. There are also some really good reasons why outsourcing can also be the right thing to do. There isn't a one-size-fits-all solution here. It's very much about understanding what's the best fit for you at any particular time. One final thing I would say on this as well is if you do choose to employ, I know the thing that puts a lot of people off is the fact that you need a contract and you need some HR policies and things like that. But don't let that put you off. I can recommend you a HR lady that would do all of that for you for 180 quid, including VAT. And there are many HR providers out there that would do a similar kind of service at a similar price. So it's not too onerous, it's not too expensive, it doesn't have to be too scary. So hopefully this, combined with last week's part 1, has given you some real food for thought about exactly how you'd like to grow your team and whether you want to do that through outsourcing or through employment. Either way, have an amazing time doing it. And if you need any more help to make that choice and get that really clear definition on which is the right path for you, then drop me a message and let's have a chinwag. Thank you.